So I'm opposed to having the NFL at the Rose Bowl. I don't think that, so some of the other issues that we're hearing is not just about the sound and the parking and the traffic and all that, but actually what happens in the neighborhoods. So the people who are walking through the parking in the neighborhoods actually all kind of combine it. I think that a different parking plan, so not having parking in the neighborhoods would be good. When I talked to city staff, they said they have the shuttle system in place, it's just not being used. It's not being used because people default to what's easier for them. So what's easier for them is to park on Prospect or some of the other streets, as opposed to going over to Parsons, getting on a shuttle and riding over. So if it was prohibited in neighborhoods to park, that would be an incentive for people to ride the bus. The other part is that while the NFL, my understanding, the reasoning for bringing the NFL is to raise money and to create jobs. I don't think that that's an equal trade-off. I think that the quality of life in neighborhoods would suffer dramatically for what do they play? 16 games, so 8 of them would be at home, maybe. So that's 8 more times, and it would probably sell out because it would be popular. But I don't think that that's a mechanism by which we should accomplish those goals. We talked earlier about other systems for revenue generation. We also for jobs, there are other mechanisms for that. So I'm hopeful that the city as a whole can decide that this is that it's more important to maintain our neighborhoods and quality of life in neighborhoods, as opposed to using the Rose Bowl as a place to generate income, even if it's temporary. I would also say that the challenge with, so I was over on Belmore Way a week or two ago at a neighborhood meeting, and they were saying and I don't want to be disgusting, but it's trash in the neighborhoods, and it's urination, and it's people have been drinking, and so there are other issues that happen. And so if those events occur there, it's very difficult to control. There's one other issue that I think is really important that hasn't been discussed, and that's the tailgating. Some of you have been involved, but Day One has been working with UCLA, Rose Bowl Operating Company, Linda Vista Annandale, and I think there's a rep from East Arroyo, to talk about the tailgating issue. So I would assume, NFL being the NFL, that there would be tailgating there too. The challenge with tailgating, as you might imagine, is not only trash and intoxication, but it's also underage drinking. It's very difficult to control. There's also the issue of games that are played around consumption of alcohol. So I would be very concerned if the Rose Bowl did decide to bring the NFL here. All of these numerous damaging effects on the neighborhood, on the neighbors, but then also on the environment down in the Rose Bowl. So I'm opposed to it.